Yay! Hi, everyone. Welcome to All About the Joy Internacional.
Almost.
Cynthia is in the house and she's where?
I am at the airport on my way to Italy. Well, we're going to Switzerland first, but
Oh, are you going to Switzerland first?
yeah, we have to
How did
stop
I
in
miss
Switzerland.
that? Oh, you have a stop in Switzerland and a layover.
Yeah, a layover. Yeah.
Because it's not your personal jet. You decided to fly commercial this time. Just want to have fun in the commercial world of flying, taking your personal jet.
Yeah,
So you have
see
a
how the
layover?
regulars.
Wait, what?
I said to see how the regulars do it.
Not
Just
like us
kidding.
bougie people. Let me see if I can close this out. Hey,
Oh,
Melanie, how
Melanie.
are you? Rick's going to be on hopefully a little bit later. He's just running late, but he just texted me. So I said, we're going to go on early right now so we can talk to Cynthia before she boards her chartered flight. No, it's so funny. Okay, so you land in Switzerland. It's a layover. How long is the layover?
Just an hour. It's not too bad.
Oh, no, that's going to be. Oh, they're just refueling or something?
Maybe. We don't know.
See, because I always get worried when I have a layover that's that short and they have to move stuff from the plane. Oh, I shouldn't tell you that because then you lose your luggage. Like this. That's why I only bring a carry-on, but I'm sure you brought more than just a carry-on.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so an hour and then you're off from Switzerland, you're going to Venice, right?
Yes.
Oh my
And then
God.
we're on the ship.
Wait, so how long are you in Venice? Just a day?
Yeah, we leave tomorrow night, 8 p.m. from Venice on the ship. Yeah.
Okay. And then you get on, I think, the worst part of the whole trip, which is the next 2 weeks, right? Is your cruise.
On Europe.
Wow. You're going to have so much fun. I would like a large t-shirt, especially from Greece, because you're going to be in Greece, which I think is the best part. I don't want like a cheesy t-shirt, though. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Hot men, give them my number freely. You know my type. Find out what's in their bank account first. Important.
Juan wants to know what kind of alcohol you want.
Oh, I don't want alcohol.
She doesn't want alcohol.
Why does he think I'm some big drinker? Okay, but Juan, you're live now.
Yeah, you're live now. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah. Why does he think I'm a big drinker?
He thinks everybody's a big drinker.
Because he doesn't drink? No, but I think it's funny because he has a perception of me of being like a drinker.
Yeah.
I'm a floozy, but I'm not a big drinker. That's where his confusion must be. That must be what it is. So, okay, so what are you most excited for the trip?
Just to be in the sun and at the beach.
Yeah, see, I have that all the time here. That wouldn't be my thing.
Yeah, I do too, but
come on, I gotta get a little dig in there. I'm jealous, not of the cruise part. Now, see, if we had coordinated this well, I could have gone out with you, stayed in Switzerland or Venice while you guys go on the cruise, right? Vaya con Dios. And I could have gone and hung out with Nazim or like, I was going to say one of my clients, but yeah, that wouldn't have been fun because somehow I would just be doing work.
Right.
So what are you most excited about? Besides the beach, whatever, what country?
Oh, Greece.
Yeah, I'm so jealous. And the family, the rest of everybody is already there? Or did they just
leave on their way?
Today?
They left a little earlier, yeah. So they're on their way.
And I think it's going to be a good trip. I'm feeling very positive of traveling with family because I know that's always a problem. Oh, hold on one second. Hi, Rick. Oh, she's listening. Are you listening to them?
I'm listening.
Okay, so Rick, Cynthia's at the airport. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
And she is waiting for her flight, which is going to be in now 13 minutes.
They're starting to board.
Nice.
Oh, do you want to say goodbye to Rick then?
Adios.
Hey, have a beautiful trip. Please text me once in a while and send me a picture or whatever. And you know what I mean?
I will text you once we land so you know that we're all there and All
No,
good.
no, that I'm not worried about. I'm worried about when you're all there and family. You're like, so take a breath. All right, I love you. Bye. Tell Juan I said
Love you.
bye.
Have a good
Bye.
trip.
Okay,
Have a
bye,
safe
Juan.
trip. Bye, Juan.
Bye, Juan.
Bye. Te quiero mucho. Bye. Okay, bye.
Adios.
Bye.
So cool.
You might have to. Oh, hang on.
I got you. I got you. She's so cute. How are you, Rick?
Good, good. What was funny today was I had to call a particular company to see if they had something in stock. And she goes, "Oh, you know what? I'm actually going to refer you to somebody else because I'm on a plane right now." I was like, "Oh, sorry."
Right. That's what's going on today. So
Yeah.
how are you doing today?
Doing good, doing good. We had a little mini celebration before the bigger one on Sunday. Yeah.
Okay, wait. First, we have to talk about something first. We got to talk about because that's on my list. That's on my list. But here's what happened. So yesterday or last night, at some point when I came home from work, I saw that you had posted something that said "Happy Birthday" to your mom. It was really sweet, and of course, it was like 6 or 7 hours later, but I didn't even see that. But I totally freaked out because my mom's birthday is on June 12th. And I was like, there is no way that Rick and my mother's birthday is on the same day. So I think it was honestly, I don't know, 1:00 in the morning your time. It didn't even dawn on me because I was shook by it and I texted you. And of course you answered back. Did I wake you up?
No, I was still up.
Oh my God. I don't know how you do that. But anyway, you text me back and you said, no, her birthday's on the 13th.
Because for me, it was already the 13th because I'm on East Coast.
Oh, that's right. But you posted it earlier. Wait.
But it was after midnight. I purposely waited till after midnight.
Oh, but that's after 9:00 my time.
Right.
Oh, that's why. Okay, so I totally panicked and I was shook by it. Here's the thing that's still cool. So 12th and 13th, and then Billy, my brother from another mother, his birthday's on the 10th, and our Andrea's birthday is on the 11th. So it's 10, 11, 12, 13. And then your son is also on.
He's on the last day of the month on 30th. Yeah.
That's cool too. But anyway, shout out to all the birthdays. I thought that was cool. Andrea is also, I believe I think they were landing in London. So Andrea's also out of the country and she will be in Germany with her daughters and stuff. So yeah, the two of them are gone. Can you imagine how rude they are? Didn't bring their laptops to just come on in. No, I'm just kidding.
Was it a pleasure or business for Andrea?
Oh no, her kids know it's pleasure. And Andrea is going back to Germany. She lived in Germany for a while. And so she's going back there to revisit some places and she's excited to bring her daughters there. And so that's cool. Yeah. So it's a big travel time for people in the summer. I forget that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
True.
When you were not having to take care of your mom, did you travel a lot more? You're not a traveling person?
Nah.
Okay. Really. Is there a reason why?
Or
you don't want to talk about it?
Money's a big thing. But yeah, plus if I want to go somewhere, I don't really want to go alone. And I'm like, who do I have to go with? Not really nobody. Mom doesn't even have a passport. And that's a whole story and a half.
Right.
To get into why. But yeah, but I have been to Portugal when I was in 2nd grade. I've been to Bermuda 3 times, and I've been to Canada multiple times. Many times.
I feel like Canada doesn't count. No, I'm just kidding. It does, but I think we've all been there one way or another.
Yeah.
I love Canada. I do. I didn't mean to say that.
I used to think why do I have to show you a passport? You're practically us anyway.
Exactly. That's the whole thing. I'm like, somehow that doesn't count. So of course it counts. We love Canada. So that's cool. I want to talk about favorite moments with our moms. I know I didn't prepare you for that, but that's why I called it Dear Mama. There's a rap song, for those of you who don't know. I know if Tony was here, he would be like, oh, duh.
Oh, yeah.
But it's Dear Mama by Tupac Shakur, the late and great Tupac Shakur. It's one of my favorite rap songs, but it's more the storytelling. But he's talking to his mother, singing about his mother and saying, you are appreciated is the other part of the song. So I was just thinking, do you have, I'm sure you do, or do you want to share any really cool moments about your mom? And I can go first, but I don't know, because I didn't prepare you for that.
So speaking of that song, I remember, I think it was last year when I finally saw the video to that song. I was like, oh, that's really nice. Oh, it was you to say, okay, that's why.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But I think of that other. Who's the guy that died? The one that sings "Mama." Who sings that?
That
Mustache.
I can't figure that one out. I don't know what the song is you're singing.
Oh, he
It might
sang
be a
it in
song I don't
concert,
know.
like his last concert. Even he sang it to his mom as she
But
watched.
sing it.
That's all I remember. Is like, "Mama." He has a thick mustache. He
It's
died
Freddie
of.
Mercury? Is that
He
what you're
died.
talking
Yeah. I couldn't think of his name.
about? He died a long time ago, but yeah,
I
that's
know,
Freddie
but
Mercury.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think of that when I think of
That's
the
a
word
very
mama.
famous song you're talking
Because
about.
that's the only reason I know it, because it's that famous.
I'm just trying to think of the name of the song. It's killing me. Okay, somebody in the audience. I'm like, okay, anyways, it's Freddie Mercury, but it's so funny because he's died like a long time ago. But yeah.
Yeah.
And Freddie Mercury is one of my favorites, Prince. Anyway, we don't have to go down that whole road. You know what? It just hurt me when you just sang that song. I don't know why.
Did Prince ever do a mama song? Like a song about his mom?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I'd have to hear it. I don't know. So Prince would do certain covers of certain songs. I don't recall if he ever did a cover of anything by Queen, which is Freddie Mercury is
Right.
Queen.
I just thought
right?
since he wrote so many songs that maybe he had one for his mom. Maybe.
I don't know. As I know, this is sacrilege to all fans of Prince. I don't know every single song of every single artist I love. And I know the song you were talking about. Can't think of the name of it. The thing is, it's like "Happy Birthday." Everybody should know this song because that's not the chorus. I'm just a poor. That's just the beginning. What you're singing is
that's in the same song?
I think so. Okay, now you're gonna make me look it up. I don't know. Now I'm getting confused because the part you sang is not the. It's a beautiful part of it, but it's not the whole song.
Mm.
Yeah. I'm gonna be condemned by Queen fans, Prince fans right now. Thank you. I just want to say thank you so much.
Because I think I remember he did like a huge concert and it was televised, and he said his mama was watching him sing that song, and I was like, oh,
well, maybe, yeah. And I don't know if he wrote the song for her. I don't know. I don't know everything. I know it's a shocker. I know it's a shocker. I don't know.
My heart just stopped.
Everything, right? I know what I know, and then there are things I don't know. So, favorite moment of your mom. Okay, I'm gonna go first because you're gonna deflect. You're like,
okay,
you don't know much trouble I just had today with my mama.
No, it was not a bad day.
No. So look again, my mom died when I was really little. I don't remember much. And that's what sometimes I focus on that I wish I remembered. Like, I don't remember what she looks like. I have some pictures, but they're not really of when I was a kid. It's like before she had me so I think that's always a sadness for me to not be able to remember. And then sometimes when I do remember, it's fuzzy. Like it becomes like a montage of a Maya Angelou, like other people who I think represent something of my mom. Right. So it's always weird. So I was trying to think about it today, and I was like, there's a photo of me and my mom that I have. We're in a photo booth, and I'm really little. And it's the only picture I really think looks like what she might have looked like when she was alive and I was around her. But I'm really small in that picture. I'm really a little kid. So I like that picture.
Kids today they're taking for granted. Everybody got pictures of everything today because we got the phones and everything. So they take it for granted. We didn't have that when we were little. Now, my house, my mom took a bajillion pictures of everything. So we got tons. Oh my God. Books and books full of pictures. Yeah.
So, but here's the thing. Are they Polaroids or whatever they were?
A lot of them are. But.
So I remember, and this isn't my mom, but I remember vaguely as a kid that we didn't have cameras. Like they were expensive back then to have a Polaroid. I can't even say that word very well, but Polaroid. And it would come out. So you'd have a camera for all the kids who were listening, and it would be bulky. It would be big. It'd be like maybe half of this, right? It would be like half of this thing or something, right? Like that. Yep. And you would take the picture. And by the way, you had to pose. You had to wait a minute as the person posing, but you couldn't be like, okay, now, no, you had to pose.
And the button was like a slider on the bottom, and you could. It was awkward. I'm like, because how do you not shake the camera and do it at the same time?
And you would go whatever, and then it would come out right then and there, and that was cool. And it would be all white, and then it would fade into the picture. It would take I don't know, like a minute or two, and I forgot about that. But that was a really cool kind of thing, but we didn't appreciate it then. But we couldn't really afford that. So that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's we didn't have a lot of pictures, But I think we did not because we didn't have a camera all the time or the film because you had to buy that film all the time.
Yeah. My mom, she was crazy with that. And then she had the little square bulbs that you had to put on top, and they got
for the
hot.
flash. For the flash.
Yeah. They got hot too. If you touched it, you were getting burnt. After that thing went
Oh my
off.
God, Rick, I forgot about that. So on our phones, it automatically changes the lighter. You can whatever, but you had to buy and you'd screw it on.
Yeah. He had 4 times. It was a square.
That's right. Oh, each flash was a picture, and then you use all 4, and then you use another one. Yeah, we didn't have that on a regular basis. I'm sure of it now. Or you would have a camera, not the Polaroid, and then you would take all the pictures that you were allowed, that the film, it was like a little film canister, and you'd put it into the camera.
35 millimeter?
Whatever.
I think
I don't even know. You would take the pictures and it'd be like what, like 25 or 30 pictures?
Yeah, something like that.
Every kid in the room pay attention. You would then take the canister, the film canister out, and you would walk your butt to the local photo shop or grocery store that would handle it or whatever. And then you'd have to wait 7 days to pick it up.
Yep. It's true. Photomat, I think, was the place we had here. It was like a little booth. Like, it wasn't even like an official building. It was like a little booth. And I'm like, you sit in this little thing, like, where do you do all the work? They must send it off, obviously.
I remember we would go into the grocery store. Like maybe there was like a little annex or something, but we'd be in the grocery store and you could leave them and then but you could pick it up the next time you came shopping or something, but it would always be like at least 5 days. And then you had to pay for that.
Yeah.
So like they did it for free. And remember they came in those white envelopes and you'd get so excited.
Gosh. We still have some. I'm sure we have some here. I'm sure.
That's so cool. So you would go and you would pick up your pictures a week later and you'd be excited and you open it up. And the worst feeling was when you would open it up and it would be like blurry. And then there would be like 2 great pictures or something. But when it all came out great, it was awesome. But oh my God, I hadn't thought about that in forever.
Yeah. I remember we had like one that was like a rectangular like this, and that had the bulb thing. It was just like a little button on top. Then we had like one like this, but actually did have a flash.
For weddings, I see those a lot still at weddings because they put them on every table at the reception, and then people. So you're right. There's still these places that do that. You're right. There has to be.
And the
red eyes.
Oh yeah, that's another thing too.
Yes, that's right, Melanie. My goodness.
Now we got Photoshop to get rid of that mess.
Yeah,
or whatever, and
it automatically does it too. It can fix it too.
Yeah, definitely.
What were you saying about the flat ones?
I forgot.
All right, I interrupted you. It's all good. But what are some good memories you remember with your mom? If you don't, it's okay.
One thing was her cooking. Whew. Cooking was.
She could cook.
Oh, she could cook. Past tense. She could cook. Oh yes, she could. My God. Kodak box camera. Oh, I remember those too. They were like disposable ones. You gotta say,
remember, there's a podcast. So Melanie just said, my dad had a Kodak box
did that too.
camera. I know, because it's been so long. No, the only reason why I say that is because again, I'm always going to complain about editing until I have an editor. Sorry, you're all going to have to hear it again. Because what ends up happening is if I don't mention it, it doesn't make sense in just the audio version. And then I have to figure out a way to edit it out. And what ends up happening that's really hard is if we go back, like we talk about something else and then we talk about, oh yeah, when Melanie said da-da-da-da-da, I have to go find that too.
Yeah, but I remember they had disposables and you literally took the pictures and then you turned the entire camera in for the development of the pictures, the whole thing.
I think they still do that at weddings. That's the only place I've seen it because they want every table at the reception to have a camera and not just use their phone. So they ask you to take pictures and then you give it back to the bride's cousin or whatever's happening, and they get them developed. And
And that reminds me of something else. I don't want to get off the mama thing, but that reminds me of that post I sent you about the controversial guy that did the favor of taking pictures and they wouldn't feed him. Did you read that thing I sent you?
Yeah, no, I did see that. I don't know. If we're going to talk about it, and we can, I don't mind at all.
Yeah, no, we can talk about the mom stuff first, but yeah.
No. It's intertwined. So the video post was like an Instagram or TikTok post, and it was about a photographer took a bunch of pictures at a wedding, And then he wanted a plate of food and the people got upset. I forget what the last part was. They got upset about it. Or is
So
that
he
in the
was
comments?
they said the wedding was a shoestring budget. So he asked his friend if he could do him a favor and take the pictures, and he paid him for $250, which everybody's, that is ridiculously cheap. And so he took all the pictures, and then he's starving here. Can I have some food too? And they said no.
So here's the problem I have with all of this. Number one is just the comments went back and forth before I make my
Right.
statement on it. So people were saying he was paid, he's a professional, he shouldn't expect to have food. That was the thing, right? Like you're getting paid for a job, you're not there to eat, you have to do your job and I don't know, starve to death or whatever. I don't know. And then other people were saying is it's just common courtesy. It's just you have someone come and work for you. And then I thought I read something where people were like, they're not feeding all the crew that put up the tents or, and so I guess I don't know. Here's my thing. Why don't we hear your perspective? What's your
The thing that's different is that was his friend. And he told his friend, no, you can't eat. Like, what? First of all, I'm doing you a favor, giving you a stupid cheap price. And you can't let me have some food for real. And then, so one of the comments was like, what if it was something super expensive and they just had shoestring budget?
Yeah.
It was not expensive.
Here's the thing. That would actually be worse to me. Why are you paying me only $250 if you spent so much more on, you know what I mean? Like that would be weird.
Yeah. But I feel like give the man some food. That's your friend. My God.
But even if it wasn't his friend, I just think there's a weird, I've been saying this for a long time, a weird idea of what manners are, what common sense is, what courtesy is. It just, to me, if somebody's, hey, can I grab a plate? They shouldn't even be asked. Like he shouldn't even had to ask.
Yeah, because I would have been like even thinking about him, like, hey, are you hungry? Like you've been doing a lot of work, blah, blah, blah. I would have asked before he had to ask. I would have offered.
I have never been to I've never worked at a wedding, so I guess that's different. But I have never been to an event anywhere where there's food that I didn't feel like I could eat something that maybe, I don't know what professionals go through, but
so
that's tacky.
We still didn't say the punchline of what happened.
Oh no, tell me.
How he got petty. He deleted all the pictures. We forgot that part. He deleted them all. I'm like, bro, what? That's yikes. I understand you're mad, but that's somebody's one time in a lifetime memory.
Yeah.
That you just deleted.
Okay, but that's your friend. And you just dissed me, probably embarrassed me. Mm-hmm. He probably, that's a friend? Come on. Yeah. You know what? I'm petty when I need to be petty. I am. I will admit it right now, especially when it's something stupid like this. That's just, and I know it's mean, but maybe what he did was he just said he deleted them. That is probably like in the heat of a moment of an argument. Maybe I would have been like, I just deleted them. I'm out. And I would have left or whatever, but maybe he didn't. And maybe in a few years he might give it back. Who knows? Yeah, but I have no problem with his reaction.
Yeah. Yeah. If it wasn't a friend, I would have been like, but that's your friend. What are you doing? I know. Still, you should have gave him food either way. But that's your friend. You can't give your friend some food? Seriously? Somebody said, why didn't he bring a lunch? Hey, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
The photographer deleted all the wedding pictures because they wouldn't give him food.
I'm okay with it, Charlie. I'm going to be petty. So, I don't know. I just think it's a weird situation all around. And I don't understand why. First of all, I would say to him, never, ever do a favor for a friend that if you're going to do a favor for a friend, just say, you know what? I'm good. Don't pay me. I'll just do this as a, you know what I mean? That's what I would do. I'm not going to do business with friends because that kind of thing happens. Right. And who knows who said it? Was it the friend or maybe the mother-in-law or I don't know who said to him he can't have food. Right. It wasn't an Italian
Charlie said that.
Or a Spanish one.
Or a Portuguese one either. My God.
Yeah. Or a decent human being one, clearly. So, Rick, why don't you share a favorite moment with your mom? Or you don't have to if you don't want to.
No, I'm just trying to go back and think. One thing that we used to do as a family all the time was go to the beach a lot in the summertime and the weekends. And that was always fun. But my mom, she wasn't swimming. She'd like put her feet in the water and that's it. And my dad would try
She never went swimming?
She didn't swim. Nah. And it was, oh my God, the food was insane.
I think the food makes everything. So do you remember High? Oh, was it High though? Look at Charlie. Can you do this, dude? Can you do this with your phone?
What?
Can you do this with your phone? There you go, beautiful man. How you doing?
Oh, hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good.
You know your hand is covering the camera. You got to hold your doobie with the other hand and hold the camera.
Oh, I got this over here.
I know, but we can't see you. There you go.
Oh, okay. Don't drop the doobie.
You just got to do it with your other hand.
Hey, the whole world could use a good $5 depressant right now.
I know, right? So how was your wedding? Were you cheap and not give people no food?
Remember? I told you. I told Ryan, I came and I told him, I said, hey, I'm going to get married. I want you to stand in for me. And he says, yeah, where we get? I said, we'll do it on the beach in Santa Monica. Just me, you, Nat, and folks. And he looked at me and went, what are you, nuts? The guys jogging around, sweating all over the place, people throwing frisbees, dogs. Because we do it behind my house, right on the beach in Malibu. He says, we'll invite everybody.
Nice.
You wouldn't believe the people that showed up at my wedding.
Now you got to drop the T. What the hell is that? I would believe it.
It was insane. It was like actors, gangsters. It was like I looked up over the beach. I was like, holy shit, look who's here. Did he just get out? I'm looking.
So bad.
No, it was nice. It was like 100 people on the beach, and they had this thing. What do they call the hopa? The thing. And
I don't know what the thing is. What is that?
You know, the thing that you get married underneath. It was on
like
the beach.
Canopy.
Roses all over it. And it's like
some
kind of archway dealio.
Yeah.
No, and it was really cool. And the dolphins showed up, and they were jumping around.
Really?
Yeah. I saw dolphins the other day. Actually,
that's when I realized the dolphins don't need to be trained to do those flippages and stuff. They do that
all the time.
They're hanging out playing.
Okay, when did you get married? What month was it?
Let's see. That was shit.
Yeah, okay, never mind. We'll edit this out so your wife doesn't hear it.
I forget what month it was, but I know it's 16 and a half years ago. Yeah.
Has it been that long?
I went to Ryan's service recently. They had it at the DGA.
Yeah.
I come walking in and everybody sees me and they're like, oh shit, Charlie's here. They're all ducking for the exits. They're all they know I'm about to go, and you never liked you. And I was such a gentleman. I was so well behaved. But it was funny because everybody's gathered around me and Natalie, and all of a sudden a couple of the girls were like, Natalie, you guys are still married? You haven't gotten rid of him yet? Wow. And my wife looks at them because that's an LA compliment. I'm sorry. Right. That's a showbiz compliment. You haven't gotten rid of him yet and traded up? So Natalie looks at them and goes, nah, we're together till the hubcaps fall off.
Yeah. You found a good one.
She's a tough lady.
It's been 16 years?
Oh, yeah, right? Isn't that crazy? 16 years. Cool.
Yeah, that's really weird. How old is your son again? How old is LA?
Like 50. You know?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
25 or something.
How old is the boy, as you call him? The boy?
He's 16 now, Ryan.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
He's like this. He's like this big.
Yeah, I don't want people to get confused, but his son's name is after his godfather, Ryan O'Neal. Like, so that's his son's name.
I said, I don't know what it's going to be. If it's a boy, it's Ryan. I said,
and if it's a girl, it was Ryan.
It's Ryan. I said, I guess I get the picture. Hey, for all his madness and all his weirdness, my boy, he was a good guy. He was original. I've never met anyone else like him. When he was at his best, he could put me in tears, man. He could just make me crack up. He would do the most outlandish stuff.
You're still mourning about him. You're still mourning.
Yeah, it was a rough couple of years because I lost my cousin who was like he was like my big brother. I told you how I found him. I was watching television after I came back from college, and all of a sudden there's an ad for Big Brothers of Queens. And there he is.
Wow.
I'm Charles.
You know what? You didn't tell me that. You
Yeah,
didn't
and
tell
I
me.
looked at, I was like, holy shit, this isn't a cousin Charles. So I called the Big Brothers people. I said, look, here's my telephone number. Tell him this is cousin Charles. Tell him I said the friggin' call. I said that's, and then within it was like an hour, all of a sudden he called me up, and we were
Wow.
hanging out like it was old times. And
Wow.
pretty cool. And he
Is
died
he here
suddenly.
now? Is he in Los Angeles now?
You met him. I think you saw him. He walking around. He was like 6'5", big and handsome.
Oh my
Wow.
God, that's right.
Yeah. And all the ladies in the gym. Charles, is your cousin? Is he? I go, no, take him to dinner.
I do remember him.
I go, treat him like a manservant. I said, he's
A manservant.
game. Don't worry about it.
It's so weird because I'm having so many flashbacks of things I haven't thought about in a long time.
He was one of the funniest people. He was always with me. He was with me when I used to get in
Wait,
trouble.
why are you saying was? What happened?
No, he passed away this past year.
Oh, that's right. You were saying. That's
And
right.
my dad croaked, and that was just. I never got to get right with him. I never saw the guy for 40 years, but we started talking on the phone again. Hey, what am I gonna do? Hey, Charles, you want a Clark bar? You want a candy bar? Anybody? I'm gonna go get some smokes. Anybody want a candy bar or something?
You guys didn't. You couldn't talk.
And that was it.
Yeah.
That was
It was still uncomfortable. It was still uncomfortable.
Oh, I was 12 or 13. Yeah, I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'll be there next week. You're sitting in the window as a little kid. You got your mom over your shoulder. What do you love him so much for? I'm the one that stayed. Love me. It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did talk a lot about some stuff, but I didn't put it all in the podcast.
We're smashing it in here some kind of
No,
way.
I'm glad. I just look at there are some things that I don't always put in.
Let's get back to the guy who wouldn't give up the pictures because he couldn't get no chow at the wedding.
Go ahead, baby. About the
He said he
wedding.
deleted them, he says, supposedly.
Oh, that's just awful. You know what? I'm a big fan of, I like what Michelle Obama said. You go low, I go high. You want to treat me like a fucking hump because you got no class. It says more about them than it says about the guy.
That's true.
What he should have done was, look, here's your fucking pictures and just split.
You know what? I'm okay with his reaction. That was his friend. And I don't think he actually deleted the pictures. He might have just said it and walked away. I think that would be the better thing.
To send the whole family in horror to think that for what? For the month or half he's going to go sulk. I'm just like,
okay, Charlie.
Be a man.
His friend wouldn't give him a plate of fucking food at the wedding.
I get it. But that would have been the moment I went, what? You don't want me chowing with the swells with the guests? I would have pulled out the disc. I would have stuck it in the fucking potato salad, and I was smell you later. Or that last wedding, they had the chicken. I would have stuffed it in. And I would have split. I would have, go find it in the cocktail sauce.
You know what? I'm okay with. I'm okay.
You got to be old time.
No, but Charlie, you're focusing on the wrong thing. His friend. Look, if you did that to me, okay, let's say I'm doing something for you. I'm shooting. I don't shoot pictures at all. Let's say I'm doing something
I would
for
never
you.
do that.
I know you wouldn't, but if you're friends, I would never think you wouldn't, right?
I give you my plate. Here.
That's what I'm trying to say. So that's what he thought too. We're friends.
Now, get this. You brought this up. I just remembered something. I was shooting Gentleman Bandit in Santa Monica. The guy who owned the bank gave us the bank to shoot in. He came over to me. He was like, Charlie, when did anybody ever say to you, here's the keys to the bank?
To the bank.
Yeah. We're having dinner at the dinner break. And all of a sudden, I hear that there's a problem. There's these homeless guys, they're bike craft service and blah, blah, blah. And I went, what the fuck? What's going on? And it was my birthday that day. So I walked back there and I go, what the fuck's going on? And they go, oh, these homeless guys, man, they think we're going to feed them. And I said, fucking feed them. I said, life sucks. I said, we're in their fucking house. And they're nice enough to leave us be. I said, hey, guys, what do you want? And I had a plate of my own. And Ryan was right there. And Leslie Stephenson was over there. And Ed Lauder was around, who's passed away, God rest his soul. Yep. And my producers are there. And my producer's brother, he's screaming and yelling. I said, dude, calm the fuck down. You're a millionaire. Fuck. Yeah. Let the guy have something to eat, man. And I gave him my plate. I said, here. I don't need to eat tonight. I don't like working on a full stomach anyhow.
Yeah, but there's also a whole crew of food there. It's not like there's not enough. But
please, they're going to throw half of it away.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. And people get so all like pearls clutching, whatever. I'm just saying.
I'll make you food and I'll tell you where to put it.
I'm just going back to the initial conversation.
Okay.
I'm friends with you. Yes. I am doing something for you for less than my normal amount of money because you and I are friends.
Which is basically nothing.
But here's what I'm saying. And then I go to grab a plate at wherever we are, like you guys are having dinner. I ask if I could have some food or whatever it is. And you say, no, Carmen, we can't do that for you.
Oh, that's right out of Wedding Crashers or some shit. That's
exactly.
It's really hysterical. It really is.
I'm throwing it down and walking out the house. There's no doubt about it. I can see
the woman off to the side go, we're not feeding the help. With the cigarette with the giant ash on it, with all the jewels.
Yeah, exactly.
Charity, dear. You know?
Yeah. For sure.
But tell that person, whoever, somebody at that in the vicinity came up with that bullshit idea of not letting homeboy get a plate. I don't know, for whatever weird freak show.
I think it wasn't the friend who asked him to do the favor.
It's not the friend. He's covering for somebody, a mother-in-law or somebody who was out. I would go with whoever's paying for the chow for the wedding. That's who I would go with. Who's he?
Exactly. Okay, wait. You just dropped the phone.
What happened?
Dude, Charlie, you dropped the phone.
I'm still here. Where is it? Did I do it right?
I don't think so.
What's going on?
Wow, we could have planned this. What's wrong? Did you fall?
We lost the video of Charlie, by the way, podcaster people.
Yeah, his video is out.
But you can still hear me.
Yeah.
So there.
But why is it? But it's all black.
I don't know what I'm looking for here. Come on, this is like some newfangled BS. I'm just a country bumpkin. You know?
Right. You could also log off and come back on, but it's okay because we're gonna wrap up soon anyway.
Hey, why don't you guys wrap up and talk about some niceness instead of
don't jump
lady.
off. I want to see your face again.
I don't know how to do it. I don't know what I'm doing here. Wait, that's.
He gone.
He just logged off by accident. Maybe he'll come back on. Charlie, we love you. He's so funny. He could just talk and make you laugh and whatever, and you would just be engaged the whole time, and none of us have to talk.
Yeah,
he's such a fucking storyteller. Yeah. Sorry, everyone with your little ears. It might hurt. Oh my God, I swore. I could listen to him forever. Like, he's so funny to me, and he's such a good storyteller. Yeah. I'll text him if he doesn't come back on and just make sure he's fine. But it sounded like he dropped the phone.
Yeah, because it sounded a little bit far away all of a sudden. So I was like, oh.
Okay, but I was asking you before that happened, like, who was it that was talking in the video? Was it the actual friend who asked him to do the shoot?
I wish I could remember now.
Yeah, I know what Charlie's saying, but it's a bad.
It was just a picture. It was just a picture. Yeah, right here.
Oh, it was a picture, and then somebody was doing it wasn't a video. It was an article or something.
Mm-hmm. Hungry photographer deletes all photos and leaves after being denied food at wedding. Wow.
For some reason I thought it was a video on TikTok, but it was a story. It was, I don't know. I'm okay with what the guy did.
One person, in Brazil, they were like, in my country, that's unheard of. You would never do such a thing to somebody.
Whatever. I would totally be. It's not about the situation. It's about you're supposedly my friend. That's where I would be like, oh, done, out. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Okay, you still didn't share. I'm not going.
I said we're going to the beach with my mom. Yeah. That was fun. And we would cook out there. And my dad liked to go he would search for clams and crabs, even little baby ones. And he loved seafood. I was not a huge fan, but he loved doing that. I'm
allergic, in case anyone doesn't know.
In case you ever go out to dinner, no seafood place.
No seafood, unless you want to see me have
epilepsy.
I do have my EpiPen always and notifications. But anyway, so cool. I don't remember going to the beach as a kid. I'm sure we did, but I don't really remember. Which bums me out or whatever. Okay, did you hear about the Transformer movie thingamajiggy?
No.
You haven't heard the unbelievable praise of the new Transformer movie that is animated and starring Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson,
Really?
John Hamm, Lawrence Fishburne. Are you really serious? You haven't heard about
Yeah,
it?
no,
I thought because it was animated, you and Tony and all of you boys would be, and it got great reviews. It premiered. I don't think it's out yet. I think it's coming out in July for some reason.
No,
I'm
I didn't
really
hear about that.
surprised.
No, the only
See, it's
thing
because
that I heard.
you don't follow Chris Hemsworth. You don't follow my beautiful man. That's
I don't know
why.
if I do. No, I think I do because I saw a picture of him. He was with his family, and there was like a display with a Thor's hammer in it, and he joked and said, "I could have called that to me if I wanted to."
Okay, so clearly you do not pay attention to his stream every single day, because if
No.
you're a true fan of the beautiful Mr. Chris Hemsworth, not that I'm saying I am. No, clearly I am. But yeah, so I didn't even know they were doing this, but it's animation. It's not my thing, but everyone is giving it great reviews and stuff. So aren't you a Transformer person?
I liked it, but I wasn't like a huge fan. I think Tony probably was more than I was.
Okay, it'll be interesting if we talk to Tony again. No, I don't mean that was somebody. If I said if Tony, no, so that's totally cool.
But yeah, Optimus Prime, whoever that actor is, he has like that amazing voice. Sounds so cool. I don't.
Yeah, but I think I don't know what, because I don't really care about Transformers at all. Yeah, I love Chris Hemsworth and Scarlett Johansson and Lawrence Fishburne for sure. I could take or leave John Hamm on any day. I know people gonna freak out about that, but I don't really care. So I don't know what part Chris Hemsworth and Scarlett Johansson are playing or what they're doing. So, but we'll see if Tony knows anything. I thought I would just mention that. Yeah, but yeah, other than that, you got anything you want to talk about? Because I hit all my stuff. Oh, I do have something else, but go ahead. I do have one other thing.
This, unfortunately, is not a good thing, but a guy that used to watch a lot of his videos, YouTube, he had 3 million followers.
Oh, yeah, he died.
1 billion views on his, like, the car accident. His car rolled, and because of the injuries, he ended up dying. And I was like, I just watched this dude 3 days ago.
No, but why don't you tell people what his name is?
So he was known as Comic Storian, but his real name was Ben Potter. In tons of videos, he would retell the comic book stories, but not just, he would animate it, do different voices and everything, and be all animated. And it was fun to listen to him. And he's gone. Like, what? It was, and only 40 years old. So it's like it shocked me. Like right before bed is when I heard it. And I was like, how am I going to sleep now?
I didn't know who he was, but because I follow a lot of YouTubers, especially when I worked on a different podcast as a producer, we had to know all the top people, whatever. I thought that was sad, but he was in a car accident. So it's not even like he was sick but it was a true accident. And I don't even want to say, may he rest in peace, because I never even followed him that much. You know what I mean? Like I just didn't, but I'm like, that's just wrong. And it has nothing to do with his billions I don't even care about all that, but it's just, he was providing a cool thing for people. Yeah. But I don't know if he was a good person or not, but I'm like,
seemed like he had a wife that adored him.
That's what I'm saying. But there are other people I would prefer, to be in a car accident. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. His best friend, who also does the same thing. I'd actually watch this other guy a lot more because I don't know, he's got this really cool sounding voice. But he did a video, and I said, watch more.
I'm sorry.
Comics Explained is the name of the channel. Now his actual name is escaping me.
Oh, that's cool.
But he did a video, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna need tissues. And yeah, he was crying. I was crying. I was like, oh man, this is so sad.
I'm just okay promoting people that's why I asked. Yeah. And so he did a video about his friend.
Yeah, and he said they started about the same time, and their birthdays within a few days of each other, something like that. So he was like, it was like we were meant to be friends. And yeah, it was tough. It's tough.
Yeah, that's a downer, Rick. I don't know how to make that joyful, but thank you for sharing. No, I'm just kidding.
Joyful part is live life today to the fullest, because you never know.
Or just live life to the fullest, because what's the other choice? I'm just saying.
But people act like they're going to live forever. You don't know that.
Yeah, I know. But and again, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying this is what I mean by living in a place of joy or from a place of joy. It's like that saying is great, but it comes from a place of fear. Oh, I don't want to die, so I better live in joy. It is counterintuitive in a way. My thing is do it because it's a better way to live.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
And you have joy within you. It's not something you have to find. You just got to train yourself to use it. And I always say that happiness is external, right? And I didn't come up with that. I don't know who did, but I grabbed onto it. And I get a piece of chocolate cake and I'm extremely happy when I eat it because I love chocolate cake. I get a bonus at work. I'm happy because I got acknowledged for the work I do. Happiness is an external thing.
Yeah.
Right? Happiness is something that when it happens, it's because, oh my God, I saw a rainbow. That's external. But joy is within you, and it's something you've got to figure out how, in whatever circumstance you're in, you got to find that little piece of light, silver lining, whatever you want to call it, hope, and learn to live from there so that no matter what happens to you, you can find your way through it. And that's what I did growing up, not because I'm smarter or better than anyone else. It's just, it was something that I had to figure out because of survival. And then you hone it.
Yeah.
And what's that noise?
Motorcycle somewhere.
Oh my God. Are our speakers and mics that deep? God,
That's
technology.
a good microphone.
Damn.
But it's like, why not live in joy? Why not?
But that's what I just said. I think it's hard because people enjoy misery and accidents and yuckiness more. And I don't know why that's a natural thing that all humans do. If there's an accident on the street, everybody slows down. No one's jumping out to help or whatever, but everyone's, oh my, what's happening? They'll stop. And now what I think is worse, stop and take pictures or video. Now I understand that a lot of those videos have helped clarify some issues, especially when it comes to bad things happening. And there's a weirdness that we are fascinated by negativity.
Yeah.
And I told you this before, I get more views when I'm screaming and yelling at someone. And this is for everyone, by the way. Every person who's doing a podcast or doing a YouTube video, whatever, you get more views when there's all this conflict and anger and negativity. But it's really hard to get views if you're not doing either something niche and like I'm teaching you how to, I was going to say weed, but I don't know what that is. Weed your garden or like doing something that's really, knit is what I meant. There's so many YouTube channels on how to knit and whatever. So you get followers if there's a niche. You get followers if there's tragedy or somebody's beating up somebody else or somebody's yelling at somebody else. But just having a channel that's about joy and fun, and I'm not just talking about this channel. I'm talking about even there was a news show one time that was trying to just be like, oh, this is only news about good stuff. The reason why we don't know it is because it's off the air. It got off the air like within a second.
I used to hear. Remember when we used to have newspapers? They're probably still out there somewhere. But
like when they used to put them on your front door.
Exactly. And somebody would say, make a newspaper which just all good news because it'll never survive.
And I'm sure people have tried it and it didn't survive. And that's why we don't have it. And I don't know what that's about. I don't think that's a flaw in who we are as humans, but there's got to be, I'm sure there's some sociological experiment or whatever that they've done to figure out why that is. Cause it seems to be everyone. But I think all that negativity ends up being we absorb it. This is just my theory. That's why I don't watch horror films. I'm very careful what I digest and people I'm around, like toxicity does not work for me because I think all of that, we absorb it and then it makes it harder for us to find that little light of joy because it's all piled in with our own crap, with our own things that we're dealing with. I had a client the other day, this week, who said to me, how come you don't know that? How come you don't know that? I'm like, because off the top of my head, I don't care how much your mortgage is. You know what I mean? I'm like, I will look it up for you and let you know, but I don't have that information. Now, if you want to ask me what my payment is, I can tell you because it's my payment. You know what I mean? Right. Like I'm going to walk around and have everybody's mortgage. That's my job to start with. It's not, but like, how am I going to know that?
My brain's always been that way where it's, if I don't really need that information, it just discards it and I forget it. Like I just don't need it. Why am I going to cram all this stuff? No, for what? I don't need to know that. I already got enough issues with regular stuff I got to remember, let alone all this other stuff. Nah.
And it's not necessary. You can look it up. Because my question is, if it's such an emergency, how come you don't motherfucking know your own mortgage that you pay every month? You know what I mean? It's just a weird thing, but that's also taking in like toxicity. Like, I'm not going to get upset that he asked it and I told him I don't got it. I will get it to you in a couple of hours. But it's that weird thing where people just pile on. And you're right. You got to just take it in and let it out, because that also adds to the negativity of who we are.
Mhm. Yeah.
I'm just glad I've learned how to do that at a young age, because I don't know what I'd be. I don't know what I would be like now
Mhm.
if I hadn't been able to be the person I was growing up. I wish things were different,
Right.
but not the growth I had because of it. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah. They always say we are a product of what we've been through.
Mhm. That's
So
true.
it molds us and makes us who we are today. If things were different, we'd be a different person, literally.
Okay, going back to our moms and stuff, I was thinking about this, not to bring it down, but it's
Mhm.
actually, I was trying to find a way to move through it. It's when I asked you about the birthday thing, when I was freaking out, I thought about this. I'm like, I wonder what I would be like if my mother had lived.
Mm.
You know what I mean? And I don't think I'd be a better person. I don't think I'd be a worse person, but the story would be different. That's what I think.
Or another monkey wrench. What if your dad was in the picture?
I don't think I'd be a better person. I think if after my mom died and after a few years of getting back on track, I found out who my father was, that might have been a more horrible thing. Because I don't think I could have ever dealt with that
Mm.
very well. I wasn't mature enough. You know what I mean? I don't think I still am, actually, to tell you the truth. But I still think, or I would hope to think, I'd still be the same person.
Mhm.
But you don't know.
Yeah. The core of you is you are who you are.
Environment changes things.
Yeah. They say by the age of 3, your personality's set already by age at least 3.
So if you're a bitch today, you've been a bitch since you were 3.
Yep.
Okay, then.
Exactly.
I don't know. I know nothing of these things. I wonder, is that really true? Who's they? Like scientists?
I've heard many people say that.
Really?
Yeah.
But can you change? Wouldn't
I mean,
environment
it's
have a lot to do with that?
if you consciously try to, yeah. And that's why I've always said, all right, parenting, if you just let everything go, let them do whatever they want, just go crazy. And then when they're a little bit older, then you said, oh, now I'm going to start to discipline. It's too late. You got to
Right.
start from the beginning. Yeah, but they're just babies. I ain't saying to kill the child, but you got to show them I'm the boss and you are the
Right.
child.
That's because a lot of parents today, I've been saying this for a long time, they want to be friends.
That's
Because whatever trauma they went through with their parents,
right.
they want to change it somehow. And it's from a good place. It's not from a bad place, but people need structure.
Yeah.
I know people hate to say that. No, I'm freestyling. But when you were growing up, you needed some structure to make wiser decisions. You can
There's
see
a-
animals in the wild don't do that either. There is structure.
Oh,
A
yeah.
baby elephant and a mama elephant.
There's a gospel singer, Vicky Winans, she's pretty famous in the gospel world. And she said, all these parents make me sick talking about, I'm just going to talk to him. I'm just going to talk to him. She goes, yeah, you're going to be talking to him through a jail cells, but you're going to be doing
Is that what she
said that.
It's the Winans, right? They are.
Yeah.
That's true, though. But you look at, I'm not questioning parenting because I don't want to hear anyone tell me you're not a parent, so you don't know. You know what? Here's the thing. I am not a parent. So I do know because I can be objective because I was a kid once and I still remember what it's like to be a kid. And I keep telling some of my friends who are parents, I think a protective gene comes out that needs to come out when you become a parent and you forget what it's like to be 10 and you forget what it's like to be 5.
Yeah.
I don't have that protective thing. I don't.
Because I remember before I had a kid and I'm like, I'm so empathetic. I could understand, blah, blah, blah. I get it. Then when you have the kid and everybody always tells you before, you don't get it until you have a kid. No, I understand. I get it. Nah, you really don't. When you have the kid, it changes. Then you really do. They're right. Then you will understand. It's just something changes.
Well, I'm not trying to say I understand from the point of view of a parent. I would never claim that. But when I look at parenting, I can tell which person sucks as a parent and which one. And let me tell you this, I always bring this up too. It's also with like pet parents, people who have dogs. I have this thing.
Ooh, yes.
It's the same thing. I can tell who sucks as a parent and who does not easily. I can see it as clear as day from the point of view of a non-parent. I was just talking to my friend Cynthia about this. We went on a walk on Saturday and she's actually a veterinarian. And we were talking about this and she's, no, you're not wrong. And she has tons of pets. And it's this weird thing where people they're more worried about how they're handling or coping or dealing with whatever issue they're dealing with and generally taking it out on the kid.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like the overreaction to parents from kids doing certain things and pets doing certain is ridiculous. And then the lack of acknowledgement of what some kids are doing is the other side of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what is wrong with you? It's like what Miss Winan said, right? Wait, your kid just said F you to you and you ain't going. That's the worst thing. When I see kids swearing at their
See how
parents.
mad I get just saying that? Not today.
I'm just saying, a 5-year-old is not going to disrespect me or a parent. A 10-year-old is not going to be disrespectful to their parent. A 15-year-old is not going to be disrespectful to their parent. I can go on and on. But when a parent sits there and takes it, okay.
I don't even get that. I don't even get
because they remember what it was like. Okay, so this is my perspective. When you're a little kid growing up the way I did growing up, and I was safe from this, but I watched it. I was safe from it because my mother wasn't around, right? Which is not a good thing. But you would see kids try to talk back or try to whatever, and I'm not an advocate for this, but they would either be beaten with a belt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I am not an advocate of that. I was never hit as a kid, or punished to the nth degree, like a month, and you cannot see your friends or whatever. Like there would be no, let's have a conversation about what just happened. Right. When you spoke to me in that tone, when you swore at me, how did that make you feel, little Billy? Let me tell you how it made me feel. Like, okay, Mom, I'm going to just do it again tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're just going to have a conversation about it.
When I first heard the concept of time out, I was like, what the heck is that? Some white people thing? What is that? Time out. What is that? No, I'm serious, because my father, you just look at him weird.
That's
bam, you got swacked. Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. I think in my neighborhood, there was people who got hit a lot. And anyways, I think I was traumatized by knowing so many people who did get hit. Any last words before we end for the week? Wait, let me just tell you, I now announce that I'm going to go where we're going to close up and we get more followers. People like to wait maybe it's because they like to wait an hour or something, or they just come home or something. I don't know what the deal is, but
as long as they don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Excuse me.
I know. It's so sneaky. I love it. I love it. Wait, did you get the hat yet? Don't say what the hat is I'm talking about.
No, it says Friday.
Wow, that's pretty bad too. It takes a long time.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I don't know. It's okay. We'll figure it out, but I'm hoping by July.
Stay tuned to find out what that means.
Stay tuned. Figure out what we're talking about. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. It was so lovely to have you all here today. It was fun to have Charlie. Thank you so much. I'm going to text you in a minute to make sure you're okay. I'm such a good friend. He could be like on the ground, in the sidewalk and waiting. You know what I mean? Melanie.
Sounds
and
like
now it's time to say goodbye to all of our company.
That's a song? Is that a song? That sounds like a song. I don't know.
She's so sweet.
I can't think of what it is.
Because we're not good enough. We don't know. But yes, I'm going to say goodbye. Thank you, everyone. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Or hate us. It's great too. Which is so awesome. But remember, it's all about the joy, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.
See ya.
Thanks for stopping by All About the Joy. Be better and stay beautiful, folks. Have a sweet day.